Hey guys, this is Crypto Spook.
And this is Moriarty.
And today we are bringing you Climbey. It's really cool. I liked it. It's pretty neat.
I feel like we have to say that the reason that we decided to do this is in our 20VR reviews, we included Climbey. And I did it, and I didn't enjoy it. The developer contacted us because he recognized why I didn't enjoy it. And that is the fact that the tutorial level that was given to us is here's literally everything that you can do in this game. And that was not what I needed. I needed a more structured, here's how you play the game kind of thing. So they sent us the full version in order to try it out so that we could get a feel for what the game is actually like.
And I thought it was pretty fun. I don't have a problem with a lot of different types of VR locomotion methods. As usual, I'm sure I've said it a million times before, but I like all sorts of different kinds of locomotion.
Well, after spending years on a boat, I'm sure that your inner ear is comfortable with these kind of movements.
So one thing I will say is that, oh my god, whatever muscle this is in the top of my shoulders next to my neck is killing me today. It is murdering me. It hurts so bad.
So it's a good workout.
Oh my goodness. Whatever these muscles are, you're gonna have them if you play a lot of this game. And I probably played for like 40, 50 minutes. The next day, I could feel it. I was very much so feeling it. Anytime I reached for anything over my head, I was like, oh, okay, that's all sorts of muscles I don't like.
What did you think of the robot?
He was okay. He wasn't so bad. I don't understand why he has a helmet on, though. I didn't like him getting in my face all the time.
Like, he's clearly Wheatley, but with a helmet.
Yes, he has a helmet on.
So he's Short Bus Wheatley.
So, one thing I noticed in this game as I was playing for like the first, I don't know, 15 minutes, was what looked like my lighthouses. I felt like, I'm like, why are they so low? I am not 11 to 12 feet tall because I have high ceilings in my house. So my sensors are pretty high up on the wall, and I could see one of my sensors like right in front of my face, like quite often. And I was like, man, why is that doing that? That's so weird. Apparently, and I'm now seeing it, that is a camera for recording. That camera shows what your monitor is outputting. And I didn't know that. I thought this was all going to be in first-person VR.
When I'd started up, I thought that as well. I was like, oh, this is going to be first person. And then I saw that it had actually recorded everything in third person. I never saw the camera, though. But that's interesting that there is a camera there. So can you position the camera? Did you try?
I didn't try, but I did turn it off at one point and never turned it back on. So, at some point in this video, we will transition from third-person footage to first-person footage. So you'll get to see what it looks like watching somebody fail miserably at this game and being someone who fails miserably at this game. So there's a couple different kinds of puzzles in this game. All of them are fun. I really enjoyed all the different abilities and the motion controls, which is mainly what this game was. It was... These are all gestures that you're doing. So, you know, you can control how far you jump, how high you jump.
Right, and jumping you do by taking your hands and, like, throwing them at the ground. Grabbing the space above you and pulling the very air past your body.
That is specifically correct. And you can get some really intense jumps going with this, too.
I think it's a little bit more like swimming than climbing.
That makes sense. That's probably why it hurts so much.
Yeah, this is like a swimming game that just happens to have gravity.
So I intentionally turned my body around at that point, and it just feels so real when you're doing it, you know?
That's the thing. This game actually looks like a lot of fun. This game looks like a lot of fun. The game in the tutorial is not a lot of fun. That is a failure on their behalf. They seem to know it. I think they're going to change it, and I hope they do, because if I had seen this, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more.
I feel like perhaps rendering a bit more of the character would have made it a little bit more immersive, but I understand why they didn't.
So you'd be asking for arms and shoulders?
Maybe a torso. No, not arms. I think arms are just weird in VR.
They're really weird.
They do. They have this habit of, like, noodling around when you lift it up.
Yeah, they get really weird.
Like, which way's the elbow go? You figure it out.
They do get really weird. I actually played a game that rendered all the way up to the shoulders, so you'd look down and you'd see your shoulders. It was kind of neat when you first looked down, but then as you moved the controllers around, they tried to simulate what a real arm would do, and it was unnatural.
Unnatural?
It was highly unnatural and very confusing.
The checkpoints are very useful. I never wound up using a lot of them, but once you go all the way back to the beginning of a level, you're like, okay, maybe I Maybe I should be using these checkpoints at very annoying parts of the game. And they do wind up being very crucial. God, just restarting some of these really sucks. Usually once you restart the level, you realize, hey, I think I need some checkpoints. And there is also a time feature, so there's a set amount of time in which you're supposed to beat it. There's no requirement to beat it in that time, but that's how fast I guess you should be aiming to beat it.
So there's a time trial mode.
I think the whole game is a time trial mode.
What did you think of the running?
It was awful. It's not good. It's terrible.
I didn't enjoy that either.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's a bad locomotion.
I felt like a retarded duck.
Okay. It's surprising in a game that has so many locomotion options, and it really does. In the options, you can set up so many different VR things so that you are more comfortable. You can have a ground underneath you the whole time.
Yep.
You can do all sorts of cool stuff. So it's very surprising to me that in a game that has so many neat locomotion options, they would have shift your hands in front of you like you're a mad person in order to run.
Oh, you kind of got to flap like you're a wingless bird, or like you're a flightless bird.
It was very strange.
It's very much so the same motion that you make when you're jumping, you're just holding the grips instead. I didn't like it. Like, it's necessary at certain points of the game to actually move yourself, but I think that you'll find yourself jumping almost exclusively.
You end up kind of doing a bunny hop through the whole game as opposed to running. So I wasn't a big fan of the run motion. I'm not sure how they could change that or if they should change it. So what do you think? Is it worth $10?
Well, I would have to say that honestly depends on how many levels they have. If there's like 15 levels, yeah, I could see myself spending that much money on it.
Would you say you had 10 minutes worth of fun?
I would absolutely say I had probably like 40 minutes worth of fun and like 25 minutes worth of frustration. If there's a lot of levels in the game, then yeah, I would absolutely say that it completely justifies the $10 price point. The $10 price point for this game is not bad. I would pay it. So that's Climbey. I think it's a fun game, easily worth the $10 price tag.
If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Be sure to leave a comment and join the weekly contest. Be sure to check out the Patreon.
And we'll see you on the next one.